Hi, my name is Candace Lawless. The students will call me Coach Lawless, but I have the pleasure of being your son or daughter's health education teacher this semester. I wanted to take the time to make a quick little video so you could have an idea of what your students are going to be learning and how they are going to learn this semester. In health education class, I'm moving to what's called a flipped classroom. Some of you may have heard of what a flipped classroom is, some of you may have not. But what it is, it essentially means that we take what we would normally do at home and we do that at school. And what we would normally do at school, now we do at home. With advances in technology such as cell phones or iPod touches, tablets, etc., I'm able to access these things and use these in the classroom. Now, instead of the students having to listen to me lecture for 45 minutes, they can watch the lecture at their leisure, whether it's at home, on the bus, in the car, at lunch, or wherever, whatever works best for them. Now, you may ask why. Why would we move to a flipped classroom, move to this method? I'm going to show you this short little video clip. I'm sure some of you have felt like this before at school.
In 1930, the Republican-controlled House of Representatives, in an effort to alleviate the effects of the the Great Depression, passed the the tariff bill, the Hawley-Smoot Tariff Act, which raised tariffs in an effort to collect more revenue for the federal government. Did it work? Anyone? Anyone know the effects? It did not work, and the United States sank deeper into the Great Depression. Today, we have a similar debate over this. Anyone know what this is, class? Anyone? Anyone? Anyone seen this before? The Laffer curve. Anyone know what this says? It says that at this point on the revenue curve, you will get exactly the same amount of revenue as at this point. This is very controversial. Does anyone know what Vice President Bush called this in 1980? Anyone? Something DOO economics. Voodoo economics.
Okay, how many of you remember being in a class like that in high school? I know I sure do. That teacher didn't seem to care whether or not the kids were involved. There was no higher level of thinking. The kids were, in essence, zoned out. They had no clue what was going on. So in an attempt to avoid that, that's one of the reasons that I'm going to attempt the flipped classroom this semester. So let's talk about these reasons. So students learn at different speeds. We all know that. We have kids from different backgrounds, a lot of different language barriers and things like this. So this allows me to take the time and work with students on their own in class. Outside of class, the students can watch the videos, they can pause, they can stop, they can rewind at different times until they get the material. If they're taking notes and they miss something, they can rewind it and make sure they get all the material. For students that need a little extra time, it gives them that. And for students who can move a lot quicker through information, it allows them to do that as well. The second reason is this allows more time for application and higher level of thinking in the classroom. This gives me more time to work one-on-one with the student, and it makes me a much more valuable and much more available resource for the kids. In the old way, teachers were, in essence, the sage on the stage where we lectured for an entire class period, but really didn't have a chance to get into that higher level of thinking and a chance to make sure the students comprehended the material. And lastly, this allows for easier makeup opportunities. You know, we have busy kids. They're in sports, they're in clubs, they're in band. They have jobs outside of school. There's lots of things they're involved in. We deal with students who are sick, have chronic illnesses, or maybe are just gone on a family vacation. So this allows the students to be able to make up the work at their own pace, and instead of just copying down notes from your classroom, they're getting the same instruction as everyone else in the class because the videos will be posted and they can watch them at any time. We're also going to be doing projects throughout the semester. Kids are going to have projects for each unit, and we have, I think, 7 units that we're going to be going over. I call these units, these projects, pick your project. The kids are going to be able to pick their own project and work at their own pace. So in essence, this flipped classroom, the kids are going to be able to work at their own pace. It's going to be completely student structured, student centered. So how does it work? I've put together a website here. It's a Google site. We're going to be using a lot of Google this year, that has everything on it. The students are going to create a Google account. They don't have to have a Gmail. They can. I'll teach them how to set up this account, if they don't already have one, and this will give them access to my site as well as Google Drive, where they can store their work and be able to access it from anywhere. Let's see. Let's go to the site real quick. I know that's a pretty long address, but once you put it in one time, you can bookmark it and save it, and that's where it'll be. So this is the home page of the site, and basically just says, welcome, here I am. This is my first year. So an ongoing my first semester flipping the classroom. So this is going to be an ongoing project that we're going to learn as we go. Across the top, I have all these different tabs of things that we're going to do. There's not anything under quizzes yet. I'll come back and edit that as we go. I have a couple of vodcasts already listed. This is the vodcast on the syllabus that we went over in class. This is their first unit, 1-1, 1.1, health. What is health? The first unit vodcast. And then class information is where the class syllabus is going to be housed. It's down here. You can click on this little arrow and download it, and you'll be able to pull up the syllabus at any time. The students will have a copy of it in their folders, but this way, parents, you can access and look at my policy and procedures anytime you need to. Class activities will be listed on this page. Again, there's nothing on here yet. Journals, I have the first journal. We will be doing some journal writing. Most of it is pretty much all of it is going to be online. So I have the first link here to the form that you're going to use with the questions for their journal prompt. Notes pages, this is where the kids will be able to find the notes that go along with the vodcast. I talked about the pick your project. Let's go to this one first. Pick your projects. This is the list so you'll find descriptions for all the assignments for the pick your project choices. At the top here, this is all required material that each student will have to do for each unit. They're going to have the vodcast that they need to watch, they're going to have the notes to take, and they're going to take quizzes on each vodcast. If a student does not have access to internet at home or a computer, or doesn't have time to do it at school, their next option is to take the good old-fashioned textbook, read the assigned chapters, take notes, and then take a written quiz. Then the projects that they're going to be doing, it's up to the kids. They can pick whichever one they want to do as long as these projects total 100 points. So there are several here that they can pick from that total 5. These are all 5 points each. There's a link on the left and the description on the right. Let's click on this one. So I'm telling you, this is a level 1 assignment. It should take about 20 to 30 minutes to complete. And let's click on here and show you what this is going to be. So this is the instruction sheet for an acrostic poem. The students will print this and turn it in with their pick your project assignments. Now, if the student only chooses to do 5-point assignments, then they're going to have all of these and still not be done. The next level 2 is 10-point assignments. These should take 45 minutes to an hour. And again, same thing. You have links over here. And within the links, you have descriptions on the right-hand side. And within the links on the more advanced things, I do have samples on there. So here's our comic strip. And then this is a sample comic strip I created so the students could see what to do with instruction sheets. So those are 10 points. We have 20-point assignments. This is level 3. These should take about an hour and a half to complete. And again, same thing, links on the left, descriptions on the right. And lastly, a 40-point assignment. These could take anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. Now remember, for each of these, for each unit, kids are going to have a couple of weeks for each unit. So as long as they don't wait till the last minute, they should be fine. And they're going to have class time to work on some of this stuff, but not all of it will be in class time. Under this tab is a pick your project checklist. So this just allows the kids to make sure that they are covering and getting everything that they need for the project. This is a link that you can click on that's going to take the kids to a form where they can fill out to check in their progress. Tell me your name, first and last name. What are you working on? What did you accomplish today? What's your plan for the next period? What do you need me for? What do you need my help with? So they can submit this and I can look at it and know in the next class period what I need to help them on. Let's see then. Underneath that is a link to the rubric that I'm going to use to grade the projects. And so parents, you can see this. Children will have access to it at any time. This is the rubric. This is what you need to do here to get 100%. Second row, this is what you need to do to get an 80%, and then 60% at the bottom. That is accessible at any time. Below that is all of our units, and I will provide a more specific checklist under each unit as we go. The rest of these surveys, from time to time I'll do class surveys. I don't have anything listed there. Under websites, I will list several things, resources that the kids can use to help with their projects and with things in class. So let's go back to our Prezi and let's finish this. So how do we watch the videos? I'm going to participate in what's called a BYOD class this year, bring your own device. Students will be allowed, and I've talked to Ms. Faulkner, and this is all approved, you'll be allowed to bring their cell phones, laptops, tablets, e-readers, iPod Touches, anything along those lines, and can use those in class. I would prefer that students didn't use their cell phones, but I do understand that for some that may be all that they have. I will closely monitor these devices to make sure the kids are doing what they're supposed to. If they're not on a site they're supposed to be, I will confiscate their device, and all the school rules will apply. So once the class is over, it's turned off, it's put up per school policy. If the students don't feel comfortable leaving their device in their locker, then they can leave it with me. I'll lock it up. We'll figure out somewhere to put it so the kid feels safer. But again, the same policy, same school rules apply once they're outside of the classroom. And if they are on things that they're not supposed to be doing, they will not have access to that anymore in my classroom. I can also copy the videos to a DVD or flash drive, and the students can watch these same things at home on a computer if they have a computer but don't have access to the internet, or if you have internet, TV, anything like that. Let's see. Okay, and then the list of what the kids will be learning. These are just the overall of each unit: wellness, emotional management, depression and suicide, relationships and sexuality, addictions and addictive substances, nutrition and physical activity. All of my policies and forms can be found on the class website. I will be editing that website constantly. Also going to be using a website called edmodo.com. Attached to the syllabus your students will be bringing home is a parent sign up for instructions on how to sign up for Edmodo. These are just things that will help me stay in touch with parents quicker. My email address is lawlessc@nlrsd.org, and the office phone number 771-8250. You can always call and leave a message, and they will get to me as soon as possible. That is it. There's one last thing that I'm asking you to do, and this is so I can give grades to those who actually complete this. Click on this link or copy it into your internet browser and go to this exit form and fill this out for me. And all it is your student's name, their class period, your name, and a contact information, contact phone number or email. I'm going to give some bonus points for parents and children who actually, or to the kids who actually complete this assignment. So once again, my name is Coach Lawless. I will have your student this year, and I look forward to a great semester.